There is one adventure bike on the market right now that is doing the impossible, forcing hardcore BMW, KTM, and Yamaha riders to sell their bikes just to switch teams. And it's not because of marketing or hype. It's because once you actually ride it, everything else in the maxi-trail class feels like a massive step down. We are talking about the Honda Africa Twin 1100. Today on BikeBrag, we're breaking down 10 reasons why this machine has become the ultimate holy grail of adventure riding. And I guarantee reason number 3 will completely blow your mind. By the end of this video, you're either going to be booking a test ride, or you'll finally understand why your riding buddy won't shut up about his. Let's get into it. Number 10, the community. When you buy an Africa Twin, you join one of the most active adventure riding communities in the world. For a long-distance touring machine, the community around a motorcycle is part of the ownership experience, whether you realize it or not. The Africa Twin lineage dates back to the late 1980s, starting with the XRV 650 in 1988. The current CRF 1000L and CRF 1100L platform arrived in 2016 and has already built a substantial knowledge base from riders who have crossed continents on this exact machine. Any question you have about tires, luggage systems, routes, field repairs, or suspension setup has almost certainly been answered in detail by someone with serious mileage on this bike. Online forums, dedicated groups, YouTube channels, and organized rallies have assembled practical, real-world knowledge that new owners can access from day one. Resale values for well-maintained examples tend to hold up reasonably well compared to many competitors, partly because buyers already know and trust the model. When you eventually sell, you are selling into a market that does not need to be convinced of the bike's merit. Number 9, the weight. The Africa Twin weighs around 509 pounds or 231 kilograms, fully fueled in manual form, with the DCT version coming in slightly heavier. It is not the lightest motorcycle in its class, but total weight is only part of the story. Honda designed the Africa Twin with a low and centralized mass as a primary engineering objective. Engine placement and fuel tank design keep the center of gravity lower than many competitors, despite the total weight figure. Riders consistently report that the Africa Twin feels lighter than the spec sheet suggests, particularly at low speeds and when maneuvering through technical terrain. A center stand is not standard on all trims, in all markets, and is often included in accessory packs or offered as a separate option. When equipped, it makes routine maintenance significantly easier and provides a stable platform for parking on uneven ground. Combined with lower seat height options and a well-balanced overall geometry, the bike works for a wide range of rider heights and physical builds without demanding exceptional strength or prior experience on large adventure motorcycles. Number 8, the reliability. Honda has been building motorcycles since 1949 and remains one of the largest motorcycle manufacturers in the world by volume. That scale supports consistent build quality and parts availability that smaller manufacturers cannot easily replicate. Typical service intervals sit at around 7,900 miles or 12,800 kilometers for oil and filter changes and 15,900 miles or 25,600 kilometers for valve checks. Though you should always confirm the specific intervals for your exact model year from your owner's manual or dealer. These are practical schedules for riders who tour regularly. When you factor in service frequency and parts costs across a high mileage ownership period, the total running costs compare favorably to many European competitors, where labor costs are higher and service intervals are shorter. Honda's dealer presence spans a large number of countries and markets. In remote regions, sourcing Honda service or parts is generally more straightforward than with smaller or more specialist brands. On a serious long-distance trip, that accessibility is genuine peace of mind. Number 7, the technology. Some motorcycles load their specification sheets with technology that exists primarily on paper. The Africa Twin fits technology you actually use every time you ride. Honda Selectable Torque Control offers multiple levels of traction control, calibrated for different surface types and riding conditions. The 6-axis inertial measurement unit monitors the bike's movement and attitude in real time, feeding data into traction control, wheelie control, and cornering ABS. The ABS system adjusts for lean angle rather than triggering abruptly mid-corner. The 6.5-inch TFT display supports smartphone connectivity with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto standard on current models, allowing navigation and media control from the handlebars. The interface was designed for use with gloves, which is a practical detail many manufacturers still overlook. Multiple riding modes including Tour, Urban, Gravel, Off-Road, and user-configurable settings, adjust throttle response, power delivery, and electronic intervention in a single step. The technology operates in the background. You simply ride. Number 6, the DCT. Honda's dual clutch transmission is one of the most talked about features in the adventure motorcycle segment. On current US models, it adds around $800 to the purchase price. For many riders, that is the best money they spend on the entire bike. It uses 2 separate clutch packs and 2 gear sets operating in parallel, delivering very smooth, quick shifts with no noticeable gap in power delivery. In fully automatic mode, the system reads throttle position, engine load, and wheel speed to select the appropriate gear. In manual mode, you shift using paddle controls on the handlebars without touching a clutch lever at any point. In heavy city traffic, on extended touring days, or in technical off-road terrain, where clutch operation demands significant concentration, removing that physical workload reduces fatigue in ways that are difficult to fully appreciate until you have experienced a complete riding day with the DCT. It is genuinely not for every rider, but for the rider it suits. Nothing else in this class comes close. Number 5, it does both worlds properly. Many motorcycles marketed as adventure bikes are fundamentally road machines with extra ground clearance and a shaped front fairing. Take them onto a genuine off-road trail and their limitations become clear quickly. The standard Africa Twin is built differently. Ground clearance sits at around 9.8 inches or 250 millimeters with long travel suspension on the standard model, delivering approximately 9 inches or 230 millimeters of travel at the front and 8.6 inches or 220 millimeters at the rear. These are genuine off-road specifications. Note that the Adventure Sports ES uses different suspension tuning, optimized more for road and touring use. The Showa separate function fork places damping and spring functions in separate legs, handling genuinely mixed terrain, including broken pavement, gravel roads, and off-road trails. The original Africa Twin was inspired by Honda's Dakar Rally program, with factory race bikes winning the event multiple times in the late 1980s. That heritage is embedded in the geometry and engineering philosophy of the modern machine. On highways, the same platform delivers a smooth planted ride at typical cruising speeds. The adjustable windscreen manages wind fatigue effectively across long days on the highway. Number 4, the Adventure Sports version. The standard Africa Twin is an exceptional motorcycle. The Adventure Sports version adds more capability in the areas that touring riders care about most. With a character more focused on road and long-distance travel, the fuel tank grows from approximately 4.9 gallons or 18.8 liters on the standard model to 6.5 gallons or 24.8 liters on the Adventure Sports, extending real-world range to around 250 to 310 miles or 400 to 500 kilometers depending on conditions and load. In areas with limited fuel infrastructure, those extra miles can make the difference between comfort and anxiety. The Adventure Sports ES features Showa ERA, electronically controlled suspension, adjusting damping automatically in real time. It also sits lower than the standard model with the ES seat height option, designed to improve accessibility. The 19-inch front wheel is better suited to road use than the standard model's 21-inch wheel. The windscreen is larger and adjustable across a wider range, reducing wind fatigue on highway days. Pricing sits several $1,000s above the base model. Compared to the BMW R1300GS at around $20,395 and the KTM Super Adventure lineup, the Adventure Sports offers a competitive specification for the price it commands. Number 3, the engine. The Africa Twin uses a 1,084 cubic centimeter parallel twin engine, producing around 101 horsepower and 112 Newton meters of torque on current models. The 270-degree crank firing interval gives it a character closer to a V-twin, improving traction feel on loose surfaces and adding an engaging quality to the engine across long riding days. The engine is tuned for strong, usable power across the rev range rather than chasing peak numbers. From low revs, the power is clean and predictable. Whether you are pulling away from a junction, overtaking on a highway, or climbing an off-road section, the engine responds without drama or hesitation. Fuel consumption typically ranges between about 42 and 52 miles per gallon, or 18 to 22 kilometers per liter, depending on riding style and terrain. The engineering priority throughout development was reliability and consistency across tens of thousands of miles or hundreds of thousands of kilometers. The engine does not demand attention, it rewards it. Number 2, the comfort. The Africa Twin is built for long days in the saddle, and you feel that from the first hour rather than discovering it painfully on day 3 of a trip. Seat height on the standard model sits at around 34.3 inches or 870 millimeters, with lower seat options available for shorter riders. The Adventure Sports ES sits lower than the standard model with its adjusted seat configuration. The seat foam density and pan shape were developed specifically for endurance use. The overall ergonomics are upright and relaxed, with wide handlebars that allow a natural shoulder position and a neutral spine angle. Wrists sit comfortably without bending downward. Knees have a natural bend rather than being forced into an extreme angle. Many riders report comfortably completing 500 to 620 miles or 800 to 1,000 kilometers in a single day on the Africa Twin. The bike supports that kind of distance without demanding that the rider push through significant discomfort. This is not a motorcycle you endure. It is one you settle into. Number 1, the promise. Every motorcycle is sold with an implied promise. The Africa Twin's promise is specific. It will handle long-distance travel across genuinely mixed terrain without forcing you to specialize, without demanding significant modification, and without creating the reliability anxiety that undermines a touring rider's confidence. That promise is consistently well kept. Riders have crossed the Americas, traversed Africa, and navigated Central Asia on largely stock or lightly modified Africa Twins. These are not professional adventurers with sponsored logistics teams. They are ordinary riders who bought a motorcycle, prepared it sensibly, and went. The modern Africa Twin earned strong reviews at its 2016 launch and received further recognition from major motorcycle publications following the significant platform update in 2020. That sustained critical recognition across different generations of the model reflects consistent engineering quality. Base pricing around $15,199, dependent on market and model year, positions the Africa Twin competitively against rivals that cost considerably more. It is not the most powerful motorcycle in its class. It is not the lightest. It is one of the most balanced, most reliable, and most honest machines in adventure motorcycling today. Go and sit on one before you read another comparison article. The specifications give you part of the picture. The ride fills in everything the numbers leave out.